Hello, everyone. This is Daryl Stinson, your after sports life coach. Hey, I want to talk to you guys and girls about something that's very important in terms of having a successful life after sports. It's one of the first things that you're going to have to do, and that is this: accept. Accept specifically the accomplishments you made and let go of the potential you had. Here's what I mean about that. You have to accept the plays that you did make and let go of the plays that you wish you could have made. This was one of the things that was hardest for me in transitioning after sports and really letting go of my identity in sports because I had played against so many elite athletes. I played against guys like Brandon Jennings, Antonio Brown, Eric Fisher. I mean, the list just goes on and on. And I played against these guys who I felt like I was either as good as or better in some areas. And to watch them compete at a level that I felt like I could have made was really tormenting. And it wasn't that I was like a hater or something either. Like I don't have that type of mindset. Like I wanted them to be successful. These were my former teammates. Some of these guys I was just cool with, even if they weren't on my team. I wanted them to be successful. It wasn't their success that was tormenting to me. It was my lack of it. It was the fact that I would watch them play at a level that I had the potential to play on. And I had to accept the fact in my heart that although I had this great potential, I never reached it. And man, that was a hard thing to do. I mean, I had to cry through it, I had to pray through it, but inevitably I still had to take that step. And here's one of the most practical ways you can monitor your life and see if this is something you struggle with. Pay attention to your conversations. How much of your conversations are about potential instead of accomplishments? How much is about, man, I could have been all pro, I could have, went to the Hall of Fame, man, I could have been a starter, I could have been this, I could have been that, instead of this is what I actually achieved on the field. And if you're struggling and you keep talking about potential, I want you to stop talking about potential and choose to only talk about accomplishments. Because here's what that does for you. When you talk about potential, that creates regret because you're talking about something you never reached. But when you talk about accomplishment, it creates excitement, it creates satisfaction. And so regret keeps you stuck in the past. Satisfaction of your accomplishments helps you move towards your future. And so I want you to choose to talk about your accomplishments instead of talking about your potential. Okay, so that's really to my former athletes. But let me talk to the current athletes real quick. If you're wondering how does this apply to me, I'm not done yet. I don't have to accept that my career is over. Here's how you can start now. Give it everything you've got. In football, we would say leave it all on the field. Here's why. If you don't give it everything you have now, you're going to struggle with the acceptance part after your career is over because you're going to regret that you never gave it everything that you have. Whereas if you give it everything you got now, once your career is done, you'll be able to say, man, I gave it everything I got. I didn't hold anything back. I have no regret about the potential I reached because I reached my full capacity. And so if you're one of the guys or the girls who likes to skip reps or stop before the end of the line or do something to where you kind of pull back short instead of finishing all the way through or giving it everything you have, then you're setting yourself up to struggle once your career is finished. And, have you ever played a game where you lost it because you tried to conserve your energy and then you ended up realizing that cost you the game, or because you were pulling back or trying to save breath or save effort or, you didn't give everything you had on the field and then you lost. And so then you struggle in your mind after that game. It's like, man, if I just would have gave it, if I would have just went hard on this play, if I didn't pull back on this tackle, if I would have just gave it everything I had, if I would have swung hard, if I would have, did what I knew I was supposed to do and gave it everything I had, then I wouldn't have lost that game. And then you have that regret because you didn't give it everything you had. So I don't want you to have that regret in your life after sports. I want you to give it everything you have now because I want you to look back on your sports career and say, man, I'm proud of it. I'm happy. I gave it everything I had. I did everything I wanted to do, everything that was in my power and my capability to do. And that starts now. So give it everything you have so that after sports, it will be easier for you to move forward. All right, that's all I have for you today. Listen, I love you guys. I'm praying for you. Do me a favor, if this is helpful in any type of way, share this with people, share this with current athletes, share this with former athletes. I'm really just trying to be helpful. This is a practical, free way just to get some right now help. And so do me a favor, share with people you know, and let's enjoy life after sports.